Again, I'm Pastor Obinna Nkemjika, and I want to talk about the pathway to success. Specifically, I'll be looking at setting clear goals. By way of introduction, I'd like you to understand that success brings satisfaction. When anyone is successful on anything, he becomes satisfied. So success brings fulfillment. Success brings satisfaction. But success is not a function of chance. Success is not also a function of luck, as some people say it. Success is not also a function of prototype. Each and every person succeeded in some way. The principles could be the same, but the way they achieved it, the time varies. So for you out there, maybe you've been trying to succeed in one thing or the other and you're not finding that spark. I'd like you to know that you would still make it. Keep pushing on. But here are certain things that makes it more realistic to either pursue or even achieve, and that's setting clear goals. I'd like you to understand that a goal is a target. A goal is to answer the question, where am I really going to? So when you know where you are going to, then going there becomes 50% easy. Most people don't even know where they are going to. They just want to succeed. They do everything and anything they see, just wanting to succeed, but there's no clear set goals. And I'd like to take my reference from scriptures. I've heard so many people who say Bible is not a perfect tool for success, but they are liars. Your source determines your force. And then your source determines the validity of whatever you are dishing out. So you see some people succeed, but you see the source is not from the right means. And once it's not from the right means, definitely it has poison in it. Everyone along the line stands a chance of crashing tomorrow. So but when the platform for your success is truth, then whoever taps into it, whoever follows same procedure will arrive at genuine success or prosperity. The Bible talks about good success. It said, if this book of the law shall abide in your heart, and then you will observe to do all that is written there. In Joshua chapter 1 verse 8, he said, you will make your way prosperous and you will have good success. So there is good success and there's actually bad success. When you talk about good success, is one whose foundation is true, genuine, and without any form of malicious act. Today, we celebrate success that the source, the force, and the end are not true. They are not genuine. They are not lawful. They are not things. And some people tell you, well, I don't care as long as I succeed. But that's not it. Most times they come crashing back. Most times they regret. Some people call it the law of karma, but you see, it's the law of seed time and harvest. Whatever you sow, then you reap. And if the foundation is not genuine, then you are bound to crash. You jump up, you must surely come down. But when you follow certain procedures and take it step by step, certainly when you climb up, you never fall. So what we want to look at now is setting clear goals. What is goals? Goals simply means setting your target, where you want to be. There are two kinds. There is goal from your creator, the one that God sets for you. This is what I want you to do. God set goals for you. Should be the anchor of your life. You could call that destiny. You could call that, once you find it, you could call it vision. Okay, so that is paramount, because if you do every other thing aside what God has called you to do, the end will be failure. You would struggle. Even if you succeed in that by applying certain success principles, you wouldn't be fulfilled. God will still ask you questions as to if you attained what he sent you on this earth to accomplish. And then the second one, they can call them personal goals, goals that you set for yourself that could also contribute to the major goal, which is from God. So you can say that these goals are primary and secondary. So the primary is the one God sets, God wants you to achieve, and the second is the secondary, which is the one you set for yourselves, most times to flow in line with the primary goal or objective. So setting goals is very paramount as far as success is concerned. So what we want to look at on this first episode, we want to look at the importance of setting these goals. First of all, whatever is not clear cannot be pursued. So your goals need to be very clear enough. Once something is clear, pursuit becomes cheap. You can say goal is a destination where you want to get to. Whatever God has said to you being your primary goal, secondary goals have to be set to measure and help you go phase by phase. Pursue these goals phase by phase. Yes, God has given you a global vision, task, goal to accomplish, but you got to start by conquering wherever you are at the moment. So you want to set secondary goals. This is where you are going to, but then you have to set up clear goals, achievable goals. And when you do that, there are various benefits that come alongside. And that's what I just want to bring on this first. So maybe you need to look at your life. Are you really setting goals? Are you really setting goals? You can't pursue what you've not set. The reason why people gather so much to watch football, I look at it as people gathering to watch people reach their goals. They set up the goal. They set up the price. So everyone, teams come together. There are coaches. Everyone, bodies put together, medical team, management staff put together to get that one goal. And what you find is everyone is attracted. They want to see how people can achieve goals, how people strategize to achieve goals. That's why you see that football carries or pulls a lot of crowd. When one is found pursuing goals, he becomes attractive. So clear goals makes life cheaper to succeed in. Very important. So we want to look at the relevance, why and how crucial it is to set not just goals, but really clear goals. Just imagine a football match without the goal post. What a mess it would be. Because the goal defines the target. This is when we get here, we say, okay, we have succeeded. And that's why a team can play beautifully for 90 minutes. Without a goal, they are not declared winners. But once the other team, maybe performing even below par, gets to score, gets to achieve, gets to hit that goal, then they are crowned winners. So you see, that's what defines. You see, you don't breathe down when there is no target. That's why your life could be in disarray, scattered here and there. At the end of the day, you are looking worried. You might have done so much, but then you are still looking underachieved because the goals were not set. So quite a lot of people are doing something. They are doing well. But because the goals were not set, they still feel underachieved. And that brings discouragement and depression. You see, when you set clear goals and set them in the way they can be achieved, what you discover is you become fulfilled. You become so excited, pumped up, that you want to go again and again and again. So you might want to look at, if you're in any way you feel you're working, but you cannot place your hands or fingers on what you've really achieved, then you might want to look at setting clear goals. That might be the only reason why you are feeling underachieved. Quickly, what are the importance of setting clear goals? Number one, when you set clear goals, then you have a clear direction and you have focus. Most times, no one can swindle you. Once you know this is what you want to achieve, it could be a savings target, it could be a savings goal, it could be a reading goal, it could be content creation goal, it could be praying goal, it could be fasting goal, it could be whatever it is. When you set that goal, you discover that because the goal is set clearly, distractions are cut off. So setting clear goals brings about direction and focus. You know where you are going to. You know who you need alongside. when you're going there. So setting clear goals helps you to define clearly your direction and helps you to stay focused. Number 2, relevance for setting clear goals is that it brings motivation and inspiration. When your goals are clear, when you know what you want to achieve, you are motivated and inspired to achieve them. In other words, you are encouraged, you are pumped up, you are pushed because these things are set. They are clear in your eyes where you want to go to. You see, no one can stand up without knowing where he's going to. And even if he does, not knowing where he's going to, but he's up, then he'll actually meander and you just flow in ways that are unstable because he has no clear direction or path as to where he is going to. As far as success is concerned, clear goals help you to stay motivated. They inspire you. They remind you. Each time you're about to sway off, they call your attention back. So when you can see them, then you are inspired. You are fueled to pursue them. So the number 2 relevance of creating or setting clear goals is that you are motivated. Your motivation begins to come from inside. By excitement, it becomes a joyful motivation. Number 3 importance of setting clear goals is that you can now measure your progress. Okay, this is what I've set. Am I there? Have I gotten there? Where am I? Clearly. Once your goals are clearly set, then measuring your progress becomes very easy and cheap. And whatever you can measure, you can tell what you need to do better. Number 4 is that setting goals and clear goals helps you to become accountable. This is what you want to achieve. So you are accountable as to steps you want to take. You are accountable as to what you need. So you are able to tell yourself the truth. Have I really achieved what I have set for myself? Please let me say this. I know a lot of people might at this point begin to look and ask themselves some questions like, okay, I set New Year resolutions, New Year goals, and I didn't achieve any. Let me tell you something. Once it's clear and achievable, I'm still going to talk about that. First of all, make it clear. Because you see, it's not about setting it actually, there must be responsibility backed up. So what we want to talk about, we don't want to talk about just setting goals and losing them, keeping them on one paper or notepad as such, and you don't even go to them. No, what we're talking about is setting clear goals, goals that you know that you are ready and committed to pursue them. So when you set these goals, I can tell you achieving them becomes so easy because you already know where you are going to, and then you can review. When these goals are set, you can measure and review. Okay, am I there? Am I getting what I want? Am I really, the steps I've outlined, the steps I'm flowing, the steps I'm following, the strategies I'm adopting and employing, are they working? So once your goals are set, these are the benefits. So it could be that you have not set those goals. Number 2, it could be that they are not even clear. Don't just set bloated dreams. I'll still talk about that. So make sure that your goals are very clear. When you set clear goals, pursuit becomes direct. When pursuit becomes direct, inspiration and motivation is internally fueled. You don't need to buy them. You don't need outside inspiration. You don't need external motivation. It fuels itself. It comes from within, and then you can measure, track your progress, because certainly you are running towards something. You are checking, am I doing well? And by the time you are doing this, you become accountable, because whatever you have documented, then whatever you have documented holds you accountable each time you look at it. I said I was going to do this, but I've not done them. So it holds you accountable. So make sure you learn to document, put down clearly what your goals are. I'm sure I'm talking to people who want to succeed. If you want to succeed, one way that will help you is to document clearly. You can use your phone to do that, your notepad on your phone, Google Docs. You could use a hard copy notepad where you write them. So, but cultivate the habit of making your goals clear. You could record them as voice notes on your phone. You could also send it to someone, help me print, and then you put them in places where you can see them. Now, when these goals are clear, your life is on a ready gear to succeed. I see you on the next class.